Okay, yes. We are back, and thank you so much for being here with us today. Yes. Thank you. I see you, Joy. I see you, Lucky. Thank you so much. Tammy, you should be backstage, sis. Thank you so much for joining us here today. And thank you for everyone who is still sticking with us on LinkedIn, though in YouTube has decided to send us packing. All right. But for the sake of those who are going to watch this later on, I am going to leave this offer on for a while. It was supposed to be just 24 hours, which is just today. Just in celebration of my 150th episode, like I was saying earlier at the beginning of this session. This is a bundle. If you want to start your journey, if you're watching this right now and you're like, oh my God, she's at 150 episode. I've always thought about starting my podcast, but man, I don't even know where to start from. I can help you with this bundle. You have access to my book, to my course, and to my challenge, where I actually take people in 7 or 14 days to do all the back work that needs to be done to start their podcast. And I've put this bundle together and I'm giving it out at 50% discount just to celebrate my 150th episode. So if you scan the QR code on the screen right now, you will be able to get access to that. So I'm probably just going to leave this up for 1 week, all right? From now till next week, Friday, when the next episode is going to drop, I'm going to leave this offer open because it was supposed to be 24 hours just for those who have come here today to celebrate with us. But majority of the people who should have joined us here today were supposed to join us on YouTube, not on LinkedIn. Most people are not very active on LinkedIn, or they're not even signed on to their LinkedIn account yet. So they were unable to join right now. Only a few of us can be here. But for those who are going to watch this later on YouTube when we put it up, you can scan the QR code and get this offer for yourself. And also, if you're watching this, please, you might as well support the work that I do here on Stretch Street Podcast. I want to create more content, more meaningful content. I want to get more influencers and thought leaders on board to share out of their knowledge with us, even as they share their stories and their challenges and the life lessons that they've learned from it. I want to be able to do that. And most of some of the people that I want to reach out to are even here in the UAE, and I need to go and have full production done for them. So I covet your support. This QR code on the screen says buy me a coffee. Basically, you can buy me a cup of coffee by just donating $5 for a cup, right? You can buy me one cup, you can buy me 7 cups, and you can decide to buy me 100 cup of coffee for 100 days. All right. I appreciate all the support that you are giving to me beyond just chatting, watching the podcast, subscribing to my YouTube channel and every other channel, and supporting and hailing me from afar. You can go beyond that and buy me a cup of coffee. Thank you so very much for being here. I celebrate, and thank you so much. Okay, now moving on to my next guest. This is my next guest. Oh my God, I am eager to see what he's about to put up here. All right, my next guest, his name is Brijesh Tejani. Call him Brijesh LOL. He is Brijesh Lal. He is a transformation coach, martial artist, entrepreneur, and designer from India. He loves bringing positive change in people's lives. He has touched and transformed the lives of 2,500 people plus globally, and dreams of touching and inspiring the lives of 1 billion people. He has won several awards and is well known for his disciplined, focused, sharp approach towards life. He wakes up at 4 a.m. every single day and follows a sunrise sunset routine. His work has helped drive millions of dollars in revenue for his clients, and one of his design prototype was valued at $1 billion. Having worked with big personalities like David J.P. Phillips, Adam Michan, and Michael John Sunderland, he now helps budding entrepreneurs find success quicker, better, and faster. Right? If you want instant transformation, in some parts of your life, he is a person to talk to. That is very interesting. Please welcome on stage Brijesh. We call him Bridge for short. Hello, Bridge.
Are you able to see me correctly? Uh, am, I-
What
am
a
I completely
dramatic entry. What What is
So,
going on here, Breed?
congratulations, CJ. Congratulations on your 150th episode. I'm so happy for you. Am I
Thank
visible?
you.
Is my voice audible?
Absolutely. And I love the red.
Okay.
Did you tell me you didn't tell me we are gonna put on red like me as well?
I, when I saw you, you were hosting in red. I just thought, I'll just continue wearing what I'm already wearing. Red watch, red headphones, everything's red. Even this is red.
Awesome.
It
Awesome.
is a
Thank you
nice
so
Mickey
much.
and Minnie Mouse.
Thank you so much,
So,
Brijesh.
so very happy for you today. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all beautiful people who have joined us today. And good night to all the people who have kept their computers on and this broadcast is going on. Yep. So,
Awesome. Thank you, Bridge. Thank you, Bridge, for being here. I really appreciate you. You are
so
one of those people who just kept pumping, like, EJ, let's do this. I'm celebrating. Like, yo, I feel like, man, am I energetic, EJ, or are you energetic, Brijesh? What's going on here?
so happy to hear that.
Thank you so much for your support. Bridges, I mean, reading your profile, I'm like, wow, okay, okay. So tell me, that means you have like a truckload of challenging stories that you can possibly share. So just do the dip your hand into the bag of challenges and stories and bring out one fantastic one, share with us, and tell us one life lesson that you've learned from that experience.
Yes, I would love to share that story. Um, when I was a kid, life was easy. And this is like a transformation story. It will take us through a few sad phases, but after that I'll come out with flying colors, so please don't mind, because a lot of people will be able to relate their struggles, their sad part, their sad stories with that, and that's why I'll be sharing those things. So when I was a kid, life was very easy, it was fun, and like for most people, being a kid is like enjoying life, just playing with stuff and making friends, going to school, no burdens or responsibilities of any kind. So life was good. Oh, we grow up, and when I grew up, say until my college, everything was good. Then I started working like as an entrepreneur in the startup space, and I didn't even know what I was doing. So for 10 years, I had my ups and downs. So when I say ups and downs, I did find a lot of success, but at the same time, I didn't know I was going through a lot of failures and struggles until 10 years later, COVID happens. Okay. So when COVID happened, it put us, say, in a closed space, forcing us to rethink who we are.
Hmm.
And that really brought to me a big career change, a big change in who I am, what I have been doing. I sat down and I was like, this is not where I imagined myself to be 10 years back. And
Hmm.
that was a very transformational moment for me. I was like, okay, what is wrong with me? And that's where a lot of people will be able to relate now. I had suffered hair loss, so that had impacted my self-esteem, self-confidence. I was not able to look myself in the mirror and be happy about that. So
Oh.
that there goes my self-image. Like, to summarize it, it is so bad that you could say that 1,000 bulldozers are being hit. They are aiming at you, and you just get left with zero confidence. And I didn't know that until, say, 10 years later. I put on a cap, a woolen cap of some kind, and I was like, I saw myself in the mirror, and I saw a different guy, and I was like, why is this happening? How am I feeling different? That's when I realized my confidence was on the ground when I was seeing myself as, someone I didn't like, versus someone, touching his confidence, touching the skies.
Hmm.
That's when I realized something was going on in those 10 years.
Hmm.
I was not able to connect with people. I was not able to speak or express myself freely. I had a lot of fears. I was closing myself in. I was staying alone. I had stopped connecting with my friends, near and dear ones. I would never go out to social functions. Uh, in my mind, I would. Uh, Today I would say that those were all negative areas or negative zones or negative thoughts. I was never a negative person. I have been one of the most positive people as what people say or talk about me. But I will accept that I was not in a positive zone. Outside, I
Mm,
may have been good and nice, but inside, I was dying, and
mm,
I used to cry a lot. One of the biggest, struggles in entrepreneur journey would be financial. There, I was struggling. I had money, but it was never smooth cash flow. So a lot of crying, a lot of pain, a lot of struggle. Uh,
mm,
10 years later, I realized that I had been through so much. Now, the bad thing about how the universe works is every single thought we think creates an impression and a pattern.
mm,
So, for example, if it's associated with something and that trigger occurs, you go back to who you were before. So, for example, if I love eating some food which I used to say eat 5 years ago, and a social function happens or someone brings it, I tend to eat it again. But now I follow a very good diet and I don't eat that. But our brain would, want to repeat that pattern, saying you should eat that. You love that food, right?
mm,
So I had gathered 10 years of pain.
mm. Wow.
But sorry, but one sudden day, magic happened. I started realizing, that somewhere I had lost myself. I recognized and recollected who I was 10 years back. And I brought back that spirit, that enthusiasm. And I said, no, it doesn't matter what happened to me. I'll just bring back that enthusiasm. And I started seeing myself better. I started affirming better. I started waking up early mornings. I used to do that before. I started taking a lot of, sankalp in India. Whenever you want to achieve something, you take, a sankalpa, which becomes an unbreakable, bond. Like you
Mm,
gather unlimited willpower and you never give up on it. So I have decided that I'll be waking up at 4 a.m. sharp for my life.
wow.
So little things, not eating anything before sunrise and after sunset, not eating or drinking water as well. Those small steps and all of the things I did started bringing back that Brijesh I used to be before. I started
Wow.
recognizing. I got a lot of moral support from my friends. I told them, I cut off myself for 10 years. I'm so sorry about it. A lot of friends got mad at me about that, but they told me never do that again. Never do that to yourself again. So to summarize, what was the most important thing I learned out of all of
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
was that our self-image, the way we perceive ourselves, matters a lot. Like it's actually what matters the most. Nothing else matters.
Mm,
And I started perceiving myself better. I started affirming better. I started, freely expressing myself. I started, expressing more of unconditional love. I started, talking to more people. I started socially connecting, and all of that started bringing. And most importantly, I started being super positive, super optimist,
absolutely.
which I used to be before. And all of that brought back, the British I used to be. And thank
Mm,
to COVID and all the people who gave them all the support, who told me, you're still doing good and you have always been good. So that's what brought.
yeah.
So
Fantastic.
it's very important to remember how what goes on in our mind, what
Mm,
we are saying to ourselves, because the universe says bless you on every single thought. So whether it's
mm.
a positive one or
Or
negative one, it
negative
will say
one.
bless you. Whether we are aiming for being positive or super positive, it will bless you. Whether we are wanting to say uh, whatever we are wishing, it is always going to say yes. And that's where we should align ourselves with who we want to be. And a lot of people say, what about the outside world that affects us? How much time do we
Fantastic.
have? Are we there yet?
We're
Yeah,
just
top of
right on time. We're just right on time. Thank you so much,
the
Brijesh. Thank you so, so very much. I love the powerful, message you've shared here today. Be aware of the conversations that go on in your head because everything you think, the universe is going to bless it. So you might as well just focus on the positives than on the negative, because if you think or focus on the negative, this is what you're going to manifest to your word. Thank you so much. And I'm glad that you got yourself back and this, lively guy. Danyavad, my friend. Danyavad. Thank you
So
so much
in,
for being
in
here.
India, we have the Ganpati festival coming.
Uh-huh.
So when I say Ganpati Bappa, you say Moria. And if I say
Moria.
Ganpati Bappa at a pitch, you have to 2x the pitch. So I'll be like,
Okay.
Ganpati Bappa!
Moria.
Ganpati Bappa!
Moria.
So
Thank you so
he's the
much.
destroyer of obstacles and he
Thank
removes our
you.
obstacles and guarantees a success.
Ah, thank you. Thank you so much for your time, Brijesh. I appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you,
Congratulations
thank you,
once
thank
again.
you. Thank you
Yeah.
so
Bye
much.
bye.
All right, bye-bye. Was that fantastic or what? That was so, so lively and, enthusiastic. All right. Okay. So let's move on quickly. I have, my next guest coming up, and then I'm going to have my guest from Germany joining us as well. As in, it's a very tight one for him, but I'm super, super excited that he's still creating time to be here today. You guys have been amazing, and I just wanted to say a huge thank you for being a part of my journey into.
Stretch Street Podcast.